Street Hustler.
Yeah.
I'll talk about that in a second. We've got to get into this match. Jay-Woo versus Bluezaft. These are both traditional Marth mains.
Yes.
It looks like we're seeing Bluezaft change it up. You know, we've seen his Puff have a lot of mileage in
doubles.
But will we see it in singles?
I don't think so. Honestly, at this point, it
So
doesn't seem
fast.
like he's yeah. Oh wow, really?
Really?
Button checks?
No, this is the real deal.
This
This
is
is
the
what
real
I was
deal?
telling you. Like,
Wow. Interesting.
wow.
Are you serious?
Bluezaft.
Yo, the doctor is just holding himself. He's like, wow,
Not
explosive.
believe that happened.
Wow.
And again, this comes just to how intelligent Bluezaft plays the game.
I would have expected a Puff pick if we were going to see Jay-Woo's Fox, but not Marth. But this is very interesting. I wonder if he's going to opt to continue to play very aggressive and very aggressive, in particularly off the stage, once he applies that pressure onto Jay-Woo. How's he going to come back on? Good back air. Throwing him back off. See, this is the thing. When you're playing against Puff, you got to do one of two things. You either got to send her down, or you got to send her to the sides. Because if you send her up, there's a good chance that she will get back onto the stage. Just as a character archetype, it's a pain in the neck to take care of this character.
Oh yeah, and
you have to finish strong.
No, I agree. I get what you're saying. Like if you send her forwards, it has to be forwards and down, and not forward and up.
Correct.
And even still, though, Puff has so many recovery options, and on top of that, Puff is floaty, which makes it so that it's a lot harder to combo Puff.
Yeah.
And we're seeing some of those problems right now that Jay-Woo is having. You know, in general, we praised Jay-Woo in the past for making the most of the hits that he'd get in. But here we're seeing he's able to get a couple of whiffs at best.
Yeah.
Good stuff there, closing it out with a forward smash, but it was at 143%.
Wow. Look at this, at 35. 35. This is ridiculous. Bluezaft is just fantastic with this Puff. He doesn't have to make it the flashiest. He doesn't have to do the rest that he had been doing previously in teams, but he's doing an excellent job of using Puff's aerial abilities to the fullest extent and excellent ledge guarding.
Oh, yes. And again, it just comes to how smart of a player that Bluezaft is. You know, you know, perhaps in a Ditto, you know, Bluezaft, because he doesn't have as much technical skill as Jay-Woo might, he might lose the Ditto. But here with the shift, it makes it so that Jay-Woo is now kind of has this mountain to climb.
This is ridiculous. Oh, it looks, man. So at this point, we have seen a solid Puff performance.
Solid Puff performance.
Like, fantastic. At this point, I'm really wondering how Jay-Woo is going to respond, because you have even if you swap to Spacey, you now have to worry significantly more about the rest, particularly around the beginning of your stocks, up until at least around 40 or 40 to 60.
This is true, but what Spaceys do have, especially Fox, which Jay-Woo likes playing, is the up smash and the up throw up airs.
Yes, which are great to end off the stocks at early percentages.
That being said, it looks like Jay-Woo is trying to stick to his guns, playing as Marth. Jay-Woo, you know, we've praised Bluezaft a lot for his intelligence, but Jay-Woo is no slouch. You know, we've seen a lot of great adaptation. We've seen a lot of perseverance and presence of mind from Jay-Woo. He's always able to keep his composure. Let's see if he can use some of those resources that he has, some of those soft skills, to really net a comeback.
Yes, absolutely. So off the bat, we're seeing great use of his throws right into his forward smashes. Ooh, great spacing, using wave dash, trying to bait out an attack, and then forward smash in retaliation. Finds another stock at this point.
Was that 2 wave dashes? He wave dashed back, and then when Bluezaft changed his position, he wave dashed into Bluezaft, and then set himself perfectly for the tipper. Smart.
Wow, there we go. That back air from Puff, man. That is nothing to mess with.
Jay-Woo with a great recovery.
There it is.
By Bluezaft. Once again, we saw this in doubles. He was so good at closing out and confirming those kills whenever the opponents were off stage.
Yes.
And we're seeing this right now.
Wow. Opting to stay as far to the stage left as possible, using great tilts. Oh, no, sir. I'm sorry.
This is going to be bad.
That's going to hurt. Yep. That'll do it. Especially if you're up at 70%. Yeah.
That was such a rough missed rest. Bluezaft down. Oh,
I'm sorry,
what? Oh, for a second I thought he was just being disrespectful, but it seemed like he really wanted to tack on the extra percentage more than anything.
Oh, wow. Here we go.
And I'm really liking the adjustments that Jay-Woo has made. You can see that this is a completely different game
You're
than
right.
the last one.
Yeah, absolutely. Jay-Woo's not... Jay-Woo's has been getting a lot of mileage out of more... not necessarily going for the first option that could be there, and instead going for things that are not as obvious. But he's had good choice with that forward smash.
I love how he recognizes those jumps and put in the perfect F smash there.
He just catapulted her off the stage. That was a great job.
Definitely such a great awareness of spacing there.
Oh, there it is. We have an even game, folks.
So this is potentially Jay-Woo's final stock in this tournament.
Yes.
Can he keep up this adaptation? Can he make this comeback a reality? Or will Bluezaft outmind him?
Bluezaft opting to use that back air. He's doing his best to try to space him, trying to avoid that blade. Good job. That throw, wave dashing backwards, falling with the forward smash.
Oh, I like the
There it is.
solid adaptation there by Jay-Woo. He's able to take game 2.
Yes.
So now we have another situation. We can see that Jay-Woo has to some extent downloaded at least part of Bluezaft's Jigglypuff. Does Bluezaft make the switch to Marth, or does he stick it out with Puff?
I think it's a good question, because here's the thing, is that at this point you've already invested enough in Puff to the point where you know you can do it. You've done it once already. Jay-Woo, in previous matches, has lost the first game and adapted very quickly within the next 2. So it's one of those things where you've already picked the character, you already have the curveball. If you're that confident, continue to run with it. But you're also risking the fact that you are not warmed up on particularly another character. And it doesn't look like it's favoring for Bluezaft at the moment, as he's already at 51% and nearly just got stopped.
Yeah, and I'm loving how Jay-Woo is really stringing together a combination of throws to set up those forward smashes. Those forward smashes so far have been really on the money. He's not necessarily throwing them out carelessly.
No.
Of course, the one time that I say that, he
throws
out the
carelessly.
one forward smash that results in him being in a really bad position. That commentator's curse is so real.
But you're right, entirely. Like, up until this point, the adjustment he made was being less wasteful. Everything that he's been doing up until this point has been hitting on the nose.
Yeah, even that counter there was just enough to put him back on the stage.
And it was a well thought out counter, considering the previous situations. Ooh, there it is.
You know, we've been praising Bluezaft, his mental abilities, and how smart he is when he comes to playing this game.
Yes.
But Jay-Woo is just playing so cognizantly right now. He's down a stock, but I'm confident that if he gets this next hit in, he should be able to make this a tie game.
Oh, absolutely. And you have, Puff can die pretty early. She can get her stocks taken very easily. And just like that, there she goes. It's one of those things where if you can get him with the tip, it's all that counts. Whoa.
Ooh.
Relentlessly chasing off the edge.
Yeah, but Jay-Woo was able to make it back regardless. Ooh, opportunity here. Hits him with the back air. Ooh, again off stage. Jay-Woo, and that's what we're talking about, using that side B to pop you up just enough, barely avoiding getting hit by that back air.
Ooh, there it is.
But right there, Bluezaft, he made the adjustment. See, he knew that Jay was going to use that side B to pop himself up, and he just waited. And then right when it wore off, he was able to counter with a back air of his own.
You're right.
So smart.
Oh, just the tip? No, it's not going to be enough. Oh, good air dodge. Excellent presence of mind. He had been in that situation previously. He knew that he got punished for it, so that was a good idea.
Ooh.
No!
Tried going for a similar rest option that netted him an early kill in that first game. Unfortunately, did not work out in his favor this time.
He's like at what, 10% for his rest at this point? He has had terrible luck. He got one early in the set. Yeah. That seems to be that seemed to be something common with even in doubles, is that the first time you play against him, he'll go for that rest and he'll make some money off of it. Ooh. I want to see him try to push Jay-Woo off the stage towards the bottom right. Not necessarily going for... There it is. Come on now. One more. Ugh.
This is definitely a battle of the minds here. Can we see Jay-Woo try and make this comeback? Or will Bluezaft really cinch this victory?
I think it's absolutely going to come down to... him building up. There it is. That's exactly what he needed. He needed a good throw, and he needs to continuously push right now. Use the platforms to his advantage.
At the same time, he cannot overexert himself. If he feels a little bit too comfortable, that's when the rest comes, and that's when his Cinderella story ends.
Oh, great approach, jumping back onto the stage. Forward air. There it is, the up air. Oh, good block.
Solid stuff there.
You saw how he paused just for a second?
Yeah,
Right.
definitely great awareness.
There it is.
This should be it. But Jaewoo with the great recovery.
This is ridiculous.
Jaewoo's recovery has definitely netted him a lot of mileage here in this match.
Block as he came back onto the stage. Jaewoo has now obtained his presence right there.
So here's another thing to think about. If he closes out this stock,
Yes.
how does he come back? Because Puff is not necessarily a character you can cheese unless you get the shield break.
He's gonna just. I honestly want to see him just make the most out of the back air and just accumulate damage easily, just quickly and easily over time.
And we know that Marth has
There it
great
is.
juggle abilities, but will it be enough?
There it is.
Unfortunately not. Well played. That was a very draining match
Yeah.
to some extent. You know, you could see like the level of concentration, some mind games that are being employed,
Yeah.
the level of awareness in that match. But in the end, Bluezaft is able to take it over Jaewoo in a solid game.